deer moving through.
Our next question comes from John Ruiz Jr., and he says, can you touch on thermals and the relationship to scent control? I hunt a lot of creek valleys and ridges, and sometimes even playing the wind can't account for the thermals and swirls.
Well, I think obviously you're going to get away with more in the morning times as the sun comes up and those thermals start to rise. Your scent starts to rise maybe above where those deer are traveling, and you might be able to get away with some more stuff. And the opposite is true in the evening as those thermals, tend to come back down and might settle down into some of those creek bottoms and valleys and whatnot.
And in the time of year, if you take off to me September 15th in Kansas and go to relying on thermals too much, that's where you get in trouble with it.
And it's normally warmer in September.
Right.
You're putting off more scent. You're sweating more, you're perspiring more, you're gonna be laying down more scent in September than you will in November.
And we all spray down with cold blue. We're all doing all the details. We're wearing scent lock, and it all helps. But you still have to play the wind and play your mind, use your mind.
Right, and he's saying even playing the wind sometimes can't account for thermals and swirls. Yeah. He hunts a lot of creek valleys and ridges, and I've experienced that as well. And we've been talking about thermals and in the morning the air doing this and that, and basically just for people that may have no clue what we're talking about on these thermals, in the morning when the sun starts coming up, the air is lighter and it's going to start moving up. As in the afternoon, when things cool off and the sun goes down, the air gets denser and heavier, so it typically is starting to push down. So that's really what we mean with these thermals.
Be careful. Don't just go, well, this ain't working, I'm just going to have to go in and hopefully get lucky. Because it don't happen getting lucky consistent on big deer. It might be a deal that he's got to pull back or tiptoe around and not just go in and think, okay, I hope this works, because most of the time it don't.
This is Sportsman Channel, red, wild, and blue.